My name is James Hollinger with Financial Freedom Team, National Training Director. We're going to be talking today about the 4 pillars of financial freedom and what they mean to you. Our goal is to help people across America protect, preserve, and maximize their estate. That should be the same thing that you want to accomplish. Well, how do we do that? Financial freedom is knowing and understanding how money works. It's not what you know about money that costs you money, it's what you don't know that's going to cost you in the end. The 4 pillars of financial freedom will help you. Can you say you're debt-free? Are you ready for retirement? Do you understand all of your benefits? Did you know that for a price of a cup of coffee a day, you can have grandchildren's college educations funded, down payment on a house, and they can retire a millionaire? When was the last time you updated your will? All of these are things we're going to take a look at, and we have solutions for. In the average couple's lifetime, they will earn $1 to $2 million. 1/3 of that money is yours to keep, and that's what determines your lifestyle. 1/3 of that money goes to pay taxes. That's taxes that are due out of your check, taxes that are due out of sales taxes, and all the other taxes we pay. And 1/3 of that goes to pay interest. The money that's yours, determines your lifestyle, the kind of car you drive, the house you live in. The taxes are taxes not just on what you have today, but it's the things in the future and the things after you die. Interest is the largest transfer of wealth that you voluntarily choose to give to someone else. All of these buckets have holes in them and leaks. What we do is we show you the things that you don't know to help plug the holes and get rid of them. If you can eliminate the interest that you pay, that means your lifestyle is going to change by 1/3. We're going to show you how to take debt, turn it upside down, and use it to create wealth. Retiring a millionaire doesn't take the flip of a coin. It takes planning. You already are going to make the money that you need. It's just using it in the right way. We hope that you'll discover some things as we go through this that you'll be excited about because it can change your life. The first pillar of financial freedom is to eliminate debt. The average U.S. household is over $200,000 in debt. That includes their cars, their houses, student loans, credit cards. How do we get into debt? Well, it's easy. We look at a house, it's $250,000. Realtor says, would you like it? And you say, well, I don't have that much money in my wallet. Well, we can finance over 30 years. Payments would only be $1,500 a month. Wow, I can afford that. And so we resign ourselves to debt because we got a 30-year mortgage. What happens is we get hooked on credit cards and car payments and house payments. Did you know that the average credit card is set off to be paid in 240 months? What if I could show you a way to pay off all your debt in 1/3 to 1/2 the time without refinancing or increasing your existing payment? Would we have something to talk about? Let's take a look at this analysis. I want you to notice on the top left side that the person here was $198,000 in debt. They just bought the house because they have 359 more payments to go. And they're going to pay back an interest of $243,000. Total payback will be $441,000. On the right side, we ran the analysis, and let's take a look at that. Their projected payoff is going to be 108 months, 10 years. The principal payment is going to be $201,000, $71,000 in interest, a total payback of $272,000. Now, let's take a look at the bottom summary. They're going to be paid off in 108 months. They're going to save 251 payments. They'll have this paid off in 9-10 years. They're going to save 20 years. They're going to pay back a total of $71,000 in interest, and they're going to save $172,000 in interest, all using the same money they were already using. The second pillar of financial freedom is building wealth. We're going to take that debt, we're going to turn it upside down and use it to create wealth. Let's take a look at these 3 charts. The first one we want to look at is the top one. This is showing their current mortgage being paid off in 30 years. They've resigned the fact that they've got a 30-year mortgage and then they're okay to go along with it. Now they've discovered that they can take debt and turn it into wealth. The next chart is showing them what kind of money they could have into their retirement account. So it's going to grow. What we do is we start taking some of that money and we put it into growth and retirement. So what do they end up with on the bottom chart? We find out that if they have 6% interest, which is very doable, they will retire with over $1 million in their retirement account. So their choice is Pay off their house in 30 years, or in 30 years have $1 million? Which would you rather have? Einstein said that the eighth wonder of the world is compound interest. People who understand it are going to earn it. People who don't are going to pay it. Let's take a look at how banks work. Have you ever noticed that some of the largest buildings in each city have a bank's name on it? Why? Because that's where the money is. Well, why is that? Because banks pay interest to earn interest. Let's take a look at how banks work. They pay interest at less than 3%. Some of it they pay zero on. Then they take that money and they loan it out at more than 6% to 29%. Where do they get that interest from? They get it from people like you and like me, out of our checking accounts and our savings accounts. What that means is that some of the money they have doesn't cost them anything. And they even take that money that we have in their bank and they turn around and they loan this money back to us on credit cards, loans, car payments. And so we pay this higher interest. And then what happens is every time you make a payment or somebody else makes a payment, they put that money right back out to work. How does this work? We offer a free analysis that will show you where you are. Think of it as a financial GPS. What does a GPS do? It tells you where you want to go. But in order to do that, it has to know where you are. What our GPS will do is guide you to pay off all debt, save for retirement, stay focused, and track your success. The third pillar of financial freedom is legacy planning. One of the things we want to talk about here is smart money. If I said to you, would you rather have your money tax deductible or tax deferred or tax free, what would you tell me? 99% of the people I talk to say tax free. But 99% of these Americans have their money in vehicles that are tax deductible and tax deferred. Remember the second bucket talking about taxes? There are ways to reduce and eliminate a lot of our taxes. So we're going to talk about that and what a difference it can make in your life. If I asked you this question, who would you like to leave your money to when you passed away? Most of you would say, my children, my grandchildren. Well, why wait? Why not take that money and create million-dollar grandchildren? Did you know that for the price of a cup of coffee a day, you can create money for a grandchild that's going to provide for a college education, down payment on their house, and yet when they retire, they will retire as millionaires just for that price of a cup of coffee every day. When was the last time you updated your will? Did you know that if you pass away without a will, your estate is going to go through a process called probate, and up to half of that estate can be used up in the probate process? Let's follow the red arrows. The red arrow goes when you pass away without a will, the red arrow at the top shows us that your estate is going to go through probate. It's going to go through all of these steps. At the end, when it's done, which usually takes about a year, year and a half, 2 years or more, then what's left goes to your heirs. When you have a will, your estate goes through a will into probate, but you have appointed an executor. The executor is going to do a lot of the work. They're going to save a lot of money. The average probate across the country is anywhere from 5 to 10%. So if you've got a $300,000 estate, that means probate fees are going to be up to $30,000. But I thought you wanted all that money to go to your heirs. They're only going to get what's left after probate. Is there a way to change these things? There are several things we can do, but the most significant one is a living trust. What happens with a living trust? You take your estate, you take your assets, you place them into a trust, and then you appoint loved ones or a guardian to take that money when you pass away and say, here's what I want done with it. I want it divided among my family this way, or I want it to go wherever I want it to go. And then the heirs are going to receive all of it, and what it does is it actually eliminates probate. As long as two things happen, everything is in that trust and it is funded properly. Anything outside the trust will still have to go through probate. So this is something that you want to keep an eye on, work with your attorney with, and he can help you set that up. The fourth pillar of financial freedom is retirement planning. We've talked about taxes, and now we're going to talk about taxes in another area too. How would you like to be able to use your retirement income tax-free and leave it tax-free to your heirs? Are you ready for retirement? Do you have a clear understanding of your government retirement benefits? We offer a free analysis that will tell you how to maximize your Social Security, how you can know how long your money will last, how much income you will have available to you during retirement, and you'll be able to stretch your income out to age 100. Could you lose your house if one of you goes into a nursing home or you have a big major medical situation? It happens all the time, but there are things that you can do to protect that. Know the laws, know what it is that you can do. Find out what's available to protect these things for you in the future. Where do you go from here? Whatever you decide to do, we hope you have a better understanding of the tax, legal, and financial issues that you face and need to be coordinated with your response. We hope you'll consider coming in to talk to us. Get back with the person that gave you this information. Take the 4-pillar survey. It covers every pillar: debt elimination, how to take debt and turn it into wealth, how to create a legacy and leave it to your children, how to retire and have enough money to live to age 100. There are other videos that go along with all the things that we talked about. Take your free survey, find out what it is that you need to know the most. Representative will sit down with you, go over the next video or information that you need to know about what it is you want to know, and there is no cost or obligation for this free analysis.